This video shows you how to add shifts to a schedule from your dashboard. The Visual Schedule Builder is a great way to create and manage schedules, but sometimes you just need to add a shift to a day and you're out of the office, and all you have on you is your mobile device. Or maybe you've got shift editors who look after the shifts on the weekends and after hours, but they can only edit shifts that already exist. In those cases, you can use the Shift Add feature to create a new shift on an existing schedule right from the dashboard on any device. You can add a shift to any published schedule that you have permission to edit. The only limitation is that the schedules can't be completed. Only past, active, or future schedules can have shifts added to them. In your Employee Shifts panel, the drop-down menu includes a new option called Add Shift. It opens a dialog that should feel familiar. It looks a lot like a shift detail dialog. To start adding a shift, pick the schedule that you want to add to. Once you select a schedule, it's going to give you a list of dates from within that schedule. Choose a start time and an end time, a role. Once you select the role, the dialog is going to give you a drop-down with all your staff who hold that role and are eligible to work at this facility. In this case, we're going to leave it as an open shift because we need the shift, but we don't know who's going to fill it. I select the location. Adding a label and changing the color are optional. Once I have the basics of the shift ready, I can go to the Assignments tab and start adding work assignments. Click on the Add button, select the work assignment. By default, it's going to drop it into the first available space. Put on a label. I'm going to add another work assignment. This time we'll add an hour of guarding. And finally, we'll add some coverage of the diving pool. Once I've added a work assignment to the table, I can move it around just like I can in the Visual Schedule Builder. Or in this case, because the default is 60 minutes, but I want it for a full 3 hours, I can click and drag it to fill out the space. That's it. The shift is ready to add. I'm going to go ahead and click Create Shift. The shift has been added to the schedule. Now you'll notice that the schedule that shift has just been put on has gone into modified mode. This means that there's a change to the schedule that has not yet been communicated, and in this case, that's an open shift that needs to go on the shift board. By clicking on the little up arrow in the cloud icon, that would communicate the change if I had selected an employee, but because I selected an open shift, that's going to go onto the shift board. There is a shortcut when adding shifts to a schedule. By default, when you open the Add Shifts dialog, it tries to use the date that you are currently viewing in the Employee Shift panel. So if you don't remember which schedule has the date you want, you can take a shortcut by navigating to that date in this panel. So when you open the dialog, it will be pre-selected with that date, the week 1 schedule on January 7th. Shift editors are a special case. A shift editor is somebody who is allowed to make edits to shifts within a limited window that we call a time fence, like the day of the shift or perhaps one day in the future. You can allow shift editors to add shifts by going into the Site Setup, Site Settings, scrolling down to the Scheduling Settings, and changing the option called Shift Editors May Add Shifts from the dashboard. I'm going to turn that on for my department. Great. Now shift editors will have permission to add shifts directly from the dashboard. Note that the same limitations will apply to shift editors. They will only be allowed to add shifts to days within their time fence. And that's how you add a shift directly to your schedule from the dashboard. Thanks for watching.